Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight for KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where we give you more news in less time. I'm Cody Proctor. Let's start things off tonight with a look at our forecast. We saw a brief spritz of rain that turned to sunshine this afternoon, and that we could be seeing some warmer temperatures. That might be the trend for the weekend. Meteorologist Michelle Boss gets us started tonight with the forecast.
Yeah, we haven't been poured on this week, but we've pretty much had to deal with showers, even just passing showers, I think every single day this week. Tomorrow will be one of those days where should be a dry day and we should see a fair amount of sunshine, especially during the first half of the day. But taking a look at satellite and radar, you can see what was left of those showers from the afternoon dissipating in the evening, and skies clearing out means it's going to be kind of a chilly start tomorrow. Temperatures right around freezing tomorrow morning. We're at 42 right now, so kind of a hot spot here in Spokane, but it's only 37 in Coeur d'Alene. It's already below freezing in Deer Park. Temperatures in the 40s in Moses Lake and the upper 30s across the Washington and Idaho Palouse. So temperatures are on their way down overnight with partly cloudy skies. We should see partly cloudy skies to start the day on Saturday. Clouds will increase for the afternoon, and it looks like by Sunday afternoon we have a pretty good chance of showers, though temperatures will stay mild for Saturday and Sunday. The warm weather not sticking around. Much cooler weather on the way again for next week.
Michelle, thank you so much. Also weather related. Atmospheric ash from a volcano in eastern Russia has made its way towards Washington, causing flight interruptions. The Spokane International Airport saw more than 10 delays and cancellations earlier today. Most of those came from Alaska Airlines for flights flying to Seattle, Portland, and San Francisco. This meant headaches for many travelers.
I need another flight quick or to rebook another hotel room really quick, and I tried that. And the hotel room I just checked out of this morning went from $114 a night to $300 a night, and it's the only hotel room I can find. So I don't have a lot of choice.
Mount Shivaluk is one of Russia's most active volcanoes. It erupted on Tuesday. Since then, volcanic ash has been detected in parts of Alaska, the Pacific Ocean, and in western Canada. Most canceled flights were rescheduled for tomorrow. Now, the ash also nixed the plans for some concert goers tonight. Earlier today, we learned singer Leanne Rimes was forced to postpone tonight's performance at Northern Quest Casino thanks to that ash canceling her flight. Northern Quest is working to reschedule tonight's event and asks that any questions be directed to their box office. And speaking of Northern Quest, the Kalispell Tribe's resort and casino is about to become the largest in the Pacific Northwest. A brand new hotel will start welcoming guests in just a few weeks. KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk takes us inside.
It's 6 stories tall with 192 rooms. The brand new River Tower is the Kalispell Tribe's latest expansion.
A lot of opportunity to bring great things economically to the Kalispell Tribe, Airway Heights, and obviously Spokane and all of its residents as well.
Samuel Askew is the executive director of resort operations. Today, he's our tour guide, taking us to the 6th floor Regal King Suite.
So if you wanted to come here and stay for a few days and have a party catered and have some friends over, you certainly could do that.
It's one of 17 suites in the hotel with a private balcony.
You could totally watch a concert from here.
Absolutely, yeah.
Suites range between $450 to $550 a night, depending on availability and demand. The River Tower also has 175 signature king and double queen rooms, which start at $175 a night. Every room tells the story of the Kalispell Tribe, from the Salish stylized carpet to wall art created by tribe members.
Even the exterior, texture of the building is very much that woven, weird shape that you would find traditionally and culturally.
When the brand new River Tower opens to the public on May 1st, it'll bring the total number of rooms here at Northern Quest up to 442, making it the largest casino resort in Washington State.
You really have to go down to California to find a property that's equal in size in terms of casino resort experience.
The hotel is creating approximately 50 new jobs, bringing the number of full and part-time employees at Northern Quest and the Kalispell Tribe to 1,900, and they're still hiring.
We know that demand for larger properties exists.
And Askew says the tribe isn't stopping here.
We've got great stuff coming down the line as well. So I can't break any news, no. I mean, we pride ourselves on being forward-looking.
In Airway Heights, Kyle Simchuk, KREM 2 News.
We're also still continuing to follow the fallout of an hours-long standoff on Spokane South Hill that drew a huge law enforcement response last night. We know the suspect's in police custody and getting hospital treatment. Today we learned the man involved was reportedly suffering a mental health crisis at the time of the incident. Shortly before the standoff, he was seen making threats at a grocery store close to his home. And even though it's been over 24 hours, residents remain on edge tonight.
It's kind of a gut-wrenching feeling knowing my daughter walks by that house every day. So it's not the best feeling.
A Spokane County Sheriff's Office says mental health professionals reported the man's declining mental health on Wednesday when an argument with his mother escalated to threatening to kill her. Sheriff John Knowles explained the man wasn't considered an imminent threat to the community until the incident at the store. That proved to be the tipping point for law enforcement's engagement. We're learning more details tonight about the miner killed in Shoshone County this week. Today, the Mine Safety and Health Administration released their preliminary report on the accident. The preliminary report identified 26-year-old Blake Nutting as the victim. The MHSA report goes on to say he was drilling and bolting the hanging wall with roof bolts when a large slab measuring about 12 feet by 4 feet by 5 feet fell on him. They reported there hadn't been a fatality at the mine since 2010. This was also the first mining-related death in Shoshone County since 2014. That was reported by our news partners, the Shoshone News Press. A verified GoFundMe has been set up to raise funeral funds and support his family. As of this hour, it's already raised almost $24,000. In other headlines tonight, Montana lawmakers passed a bill that would ban popular social media app TikTok. If Senate Bill 419 becomes law, the app may not be used within state lines and bars app stores from offering TikTok for downloads. The bill only impacts the distribution of the app. It does not have any penalties for TikTok users. Supporters of the ban claim the Chinese government can access data on American users and the data is being used against American interests. TikTok denied the claim. Some Montana businesses also say banning the app would take away a key advertising platform. Developing tonight, former Sonic star Shawn Kemp's now charged with first-degree assault related to a shooting at the Tacoma Mall. It happened back in early March. The documents say video surveillance shows Kemp shooting at one of the vehicles, hitting its hood. The video then shows Kemp dropping and picking up a revolver off the ground. Most notably, detectives in the documents say Kemp's story doesn't match what was captured on video. His arraignment scheduled for May 4th in Pierce County. Let's move on now to Night Beat for a quick look at the day's top stories. During rush hour this afternoon, we learned a driver allegedly assaulted a WashDOT worker after a crash on eastbound I-90 near the Argonne exit. According to the Washington State Patrol, once a trooper arrived on scene, they managed to detain the driver. A suspect is now under arrest for assault. WSP says other charges are possible. The WashDOT worker did not need to be taken to the hospital. East Valleyway Avenue at North McDonald Road in Spokane Valley back open tonight after a deadly crash closed the area off for several hours this morning. Deputies say the driver died at the scene. The female passenger was taken to the hospital with what deputies described as potentially life-threatening injuries. According to investigators, a Volvo S60 appeared to be driving about 70 miles per hour on the residential street before crashing into a tree and splitting the vehicle in half. Police did find child safety seats, but later found they were unoccupied at the time of the crash. Meanwhile, judges in Kootenai County issued arrest warrants for 5 members of the white nationalist group, the Patriot Front. Now, you may remember last year, 31 of those group members were found in the back of a U-Haul during Coeur d'Alene's Pride event. Court documents say Graham Whitson and Connor Moran of Texas, Jared Boyce of Utah, James Johnson of Washington, and Derek Smith of South Dakota all have warrants for their arrests after they all failed to appear in court after their initial hearings. All 5 men are charged with misdemeanor conspiracy to riot. They're now on Idaho's wanted list as a result of them not showing up in court. That was your Night Beat. Text the word night to 509-448-2000 to learn more about any of these stories, and we'll send them right to your phone. And that was also your KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where you get more news in less time. But don't go to bed just yet. Tonight, we're learning more after investigators found the body of a missing Seattle woman last seen at a Mariners game. Up next, her family reacts as their worst fears confirmed. Plus, there's not much left time in this legislative session, but before it wraps up, a tax increase is on the floor in Olympia. We're back in 90 seconds.